All right, ready to trade those winter boots for flip-flops?
Always.
Today, we're diving into Phuket rentals.
Ah, Phuket. Paradise found.
Exactly. And just a quick heads up for our listeners, we're talking Phuket, not Phuket.
Couldn't agree more. It's Phuket all the way.
Our deep dive is guided by an article, Phuket Rentals, Your Guide to Finding a Dream Home, from Ocean Worldwide.
Ocean Worldwide. Now, there's a name you can trust in Phuket real estate. They've been around since 2004.
That's right, a long time. And they specialize in luxury properties, not just in Phuket, but Koh Samui too.
Led by Sandra O'Neill, no less. She's helped thousands find their dream homes over the years. Families, investors, you name it.
So imagine this. You swap your snow shovel for a beach umbrella and wake up to the sound of waves crashing every morning.
It sounds pretty idyllic, doesn't it?
It does. But let's get real. What does it actually take to rent a place in Phuket?
That's the million-dollar question, or maybe less, depending on what you're looking for.
Tell me more about that.
Well, the article paints a surprisingly diverse picture. It's not all about those million-dollar villas. You can find everything from cozy condos to sprawling estates. Something for every budget, really.
That's good to know. So it's not just a playground for the super rich then?
Not at all. You can find smaller condos starting as low as 8,000 Thai baht monthly.
That's roughly what, 250 US dollars?
Right around there. Of course, if you're after that ultra-luxurious villa experience, well, then you're looking at upwards of 500,000 Thai baht per month.
Wow, that's quite a range. So there's definitely something for everyone, but I imagine location plays a huge role in the price, right?
Absolutely. Proximity to beaches, the property's condition, even the amenities, all those factors can really impact rental costs.
I bet. And I'm guessing there might be some hidden fees lurking around too.
Oh, you know it. Things like service charges, utility connection fees, sometimes even administrative fees. Always good to ask about those up front.
Right, transparency is key. Avoid those surprises later on.
Couldn't agree more.
Now I have to ask, can foreigners even rent property in Phuket?
I'm sure that's a question on a lot of people's minds. And the answer is yes, absolutely.
That's good news.
It is. But just like with any real estate transaction, there are legal processes to be aware of.
The article mentions lease agreements. Are those standard procedure?
Absolutely essential. They outline everything. The rental fees, length of stay, responsibilities of both the landlord and the tenant. You really need to read those documents carefully. Ask questions if anything's unclear.
And always get a copy for your own records.
Always. Protect yourself. Make sure everything is above board.
Makes sense. And what about upfront costs? What can renters expect there?
Typically, landlords in Phuket request a security deposit and advance rent.
How much are we talking about?
Usually it's around 2 months' rent for the security deposit plus 1 month's rent in advance.
Okay, so a bit of an initial investment, but it makes sense to secure that tropical haven. Now, I'm itching to explore some of those hotspot areas. Where do people usually gravitate towards?
Well, if luxury is your priority, the article points to Bang Tao and Laguna, world-class golf courses, exclusive beach clubs.
Sounds like a golfer's paradise.
It certainly does. And for those who want a more vibrant, trendy atmosphere, Surin's the place to be. Easy beach access, chic cafes, a buzzing social scene.
Surin's definitely got that it's factor.
Mm-hmm.
And what about families seeking a more tranquil environment? What does the article recommend for them?
Kamala seems to be the go-to spot for families, known for its peaceful streets, family-friendly facilities, and a more laid-back vibe.
So from bustling hotspots to tranquil retreats, Phuket seems to have a neighborhood for every taste.
Mm-hmm.
But finding that perfect rental can feel daunting. Where do you even start?
You're right, it can be overwhelming. But the article provides a roadmap, and it all starts with a realistic budget.
Budgeting the foundation of any successful venture.
Exactly. Before you get swept away by those dreamy villas, take a good look at your finances. List your income, expenses, and don't forget those additional costs like utilities.
So no falling in love with a place you can't afford, no matter how tempting.
Exactly. Once you've got a clear budget, the next step is to connect with a real estate agent.
A local expert to guide us through the jungle of Phuket rentals.
Precisely. Someone who knows the market inside and out. They can save you time, energy, and maybe even money. Help you narrow your search, schedule viewings, negotiate the best deal.
Finding a trustworthy agent is key there.
Absolutely. Ask for recommendations from people you trust or check online reviews. Verify their credentials, discuss fees up front.
Transparency is key, yet again. Okay, so we've set our budget, found a reliable agent. What's next? Start browsing listings.
Almost. Before you sign anything, the article really stresses the importance of thorough property inspections.
Okay, what should we be looking for during those inspections?
Pay attention to the details. Look for signs of dampness or leaks. Test all the appliances. Check the water pressure. Don't be afraid to open cabinets, inspect the plumbing, ask questions.
It's our chance to be detectives, uncover any potential issues before committing.
Exactly. And here's a pro tip. Visit the property at different times of the day, get a feel for the noise levels, the lighting, the overall vibe of the neighborhood.
So no surprises once we move in. Love it. Now, let's talk about those amenities. Phuket rentals are known for offering a whole lot more than just four walls and a roof.
You got that right. And the article breaks those amenities down into three categories: essential features, luxury touches, and community perks.
All right, let's break it down. What are the essential features every Phuket rental should have?
The article emphasizes a functional kitchen, reliable plumbing, and ample natural light.
Natural light is a must. What else should we consider?
Good ventilation, good air quality, especially in a tropical climate. And, of course, safety features around the property should be a top priority. You want to feel secure and comfortable in your new home away from home.
Safety first. Now on to the fun stuff. Let's talk about those luxury touches that make Phuket rentals so enticing.
This is where things get exciting. Imagine private swimming pools, state-of-the-art gyms, beautifully landscaped gardens, breathtaking ocean views.
Okay, now you're speaking my language. Those are the kind of perks that make a rental feel truly special.
They do, and while those luxurious extras often come with a higher price tag, remember those negotiation tips we discussed.
Right. It's all about finding that sweet spot between luxury and affordability.
Exactly. Now, besides those individual property perks, the article also highlights community facilities.
Community facilities. Tell me more.
Think shared gardens, clubhouses, on-site security, recreational areas. These might not be at the top of your list, but they can really enhance your living experience, foster a sense of community.
That's a great point. It's not just about the individual property, it's about the environment and the people around you.
Precisely.
So before we move on to the nitty-gritty of negotiating rent, let's recap. What stands out to you so far?
Well, Phuket offers a surprising range of rental options. There's truly something for everyone, various budgets and preferences. Location is key, both for price and the overall experience. And those hidden fees, don't forget about those.
Absolutely. And we learned about setting a realistic budget, finding a trustworthy agent, those thorough property inspections. Oh, and embracing the amenities, those incredible amenities that make Phuket rentals so special.
Exactly.
Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, negotiating rent. How can we make sure we're getting a fair deal in a market as competitive as Phuket's?
You've hit the nail on the head. Negotiating rent can be intimidating, but the article offers some great tips. It's all about empowering ourselves in those conversations.
I'm all ears. Let's unlock those negotiation secrets.
First rule of negotiation: knowledge is power. You need to understand market rates in different areas.
So do your research before even stepping foot in a property.
Exactly. Know what's considered reasonable in that specific area before you even think about negotiating.
And location, as we mentioned, plays a big role in those prices, right?
Huge. A central location in Phuket will likely cost more than a property further out.
Research is key. But once we've done our homework, how do we approach those negotiations? Any tactical tips?
Timing can be your secret weapon. The article suggests negotiating during the off-season when demand might be lower. Or if you're offering a longer lease term.
So playing the long game can work to our advantage.
It certainly can. And if you can offer a larger upfront payment, that might sweeten the deal for landlords too.
Interesting. It's all about making yourself an attractive tenant.
Exactly. But let's not forget the human element. Building rapport with landlords is crucial.
So it's not just about the numbers, it's about building a relationship.
Precisely. Show genuine interest in the property, be clear about your expectations, and demonstrate that you'll be a reliable tenant.
A positive relationship can make all the difference. So let's say we found our perfect rental, negotiated a fair price. What happens next?
The article doesn't stop there. It guides you through that transition into your new island life, starting with the practicalities of moving in.
All right, let's talk logistics. What are the key things to keep in mind?
Preparation is key. Create checklists, pack strategically, and if you're bringing belongings, book movers in advance.
Checklists are a lifesaver when it comes to moving. What about those essential utilities?
Contact service providers early, compare rates, schedule those installation appointments for electricity, water, internet. Be proactive, and it will save you a lot of hassle later.
No waiting around for the internet to get connected while we're trying to enjoy paradise.
Exactly. Once you've got those utilities sorted, it's time to immerse yourself in that new neighborhood.
Explore our new surroundings, discover those hidden gems, embrace the local culture.
Precisely.
But there's more to Phuket life than just beaches and amenities. It's important to be mindful of cultural considerations.
Absolutely.
Respecting local customs is crucial wherever we go. What are some key things to keep in mind about Phuket's cultural etiquette?
Well, first and foremost, Thais are incredibly gracious and hospitable people. A smile and a Sawadee, hello in Thai, will go a long way.
I'm already practicing my Swazi. What else should we be aware of?
When you're visiting temples, dress modestly, cover your shoulders and knees.
Respectful attire, a sign of respect for their culture and traditions.
Exactly. And remember, Thais hold their monarchy in high regard, so be mindful of any images or symbols of the royal family.
Noted. Respect for local customs is paramount. Now, beyond the cultural considerations, what does everyday life in Phuket look like?
Well, picture this. Days spent lounging on pristine beaches, exploring hidden coves, indulging in delicious Thai cuisine, soaking up that vibrant atmosphere.
It sounds idyllic. But what about the practicalities of transportation and healthcare?
Getting around Phuket is relatively easy. You've got taxis, tuk-tuks, songthus, those shared taxis, even motorbike rentals if you're feeling adventurous.
Motorbike rentals, that does sound adventurous.
It can be, but for a more relaxed mode of transport, those songthos are a great option. They follow set routes and are super affordable.
And what about healthcare?
Phuket has excellent medical facilities, many international standard hospitals and clinics.
That's reassuring to know. So, we can enjoy peace of mind knowing quality healthcare is available if needed.
Exactly. And for those everyday essentials, you'll find everything you need at Phuket's supermarkets, convenience stores, and local markets.
So we can stock up on all those essentials and indulge in some local delicacies.
Absolutely. And speaking of local culture, Phuket has a thriving expat community that adds another layer of richness to the island's social fabric.
That's wonderful. A sense of community can make all the difference when living abroad.
It really can. The expat community in Phuket is incredibly diverse and welcoming. It offers a supportive network for newcomers. And beyond the expats, the local people are known for their warmth, hospitality, and generosity.
So it's a blend of international flair and authentic Thai charm.
Precisely.
Well, we've covered everything from property types and amenities to cultural considerations and that vibrant lifestyle.
It's been quite a journey.
It has. We've learned that Phuket offers a unique mix of paradise and practicality, catering to so many different budgets and preferences.
And before we move on to exploring specific neighborhoods and properties, I have one final thought. If you're dreaming of a tropical escape, a change of pace, a new adventure, Phuket might just be the perfect place for you.
Wise words. And remember, it's Phuket, not Phuket. We'll be back soon to delve deeper into those dreamy rentals.
Welcome back to our Phuket Deep Dive. We've laid the groundwork, but now let's get specific. Ready to explore some of those dreamy Phuket neighborhoods and properties.
I'm ready to picture myself sipping a cocktail by the pool. Let's revisit those luxury hotspots we mentioned earlier, Bang Tao and Laguna.
Ah, yes, Bang Tao and Laguna. The article really emphasizes the exclusivity of these areas. It's all about world-class golf courses, high-end beach clubs, a level of security that makes you feel like royalty. They even mention panoramic ocean views. Can you imagine waking up to that every day?
It's the ultimate escape. But what if golf isn't really your thing and you're looking for something a bit more trendy and energetic? What about Surin?
Surin definitely has a different vibe. The article calls it a haven for beach lovers and trendsetters. Think chic cafes, bustling markets, a social scene that's always buzzing. You can practically feel the energy just reading about it.
It sounds like my kind of place. And for families who might be seeking a bit more peace and quiet, we talked about Kamala earlier.
Kamala is all about embracing a slower pace of life. The article highlights its peaceful streets, family-friendly facilities, and a strong sense of community. It seems like the perfect place to raise a family or just unwind and escape the hustle and bustle.
So we've got options for every taste and lifestyle. But let's zoom in on the properties themselves. What can we expect in terms of condos, villas, and apartments in Phuket?
Well, Phuket's rental market is incredibly diverse, offering something for everyone, really. For those who value modern convenience and low-maintenance living, condos seem to be a popular choice. Many of them are located in these contemporary complexes, with on-site amenities like swimming pools, fitness centers, even 247 security.
Condos definitely sound appealing for those who want to be in the heart of the action without the hassle of managing a larger property.
But what about those who crave space and privacy? What does the article say about villas?
Villas in Phuket are on another level of luxury. Think spacious living areas, private pools, lush tropical gardens, and in some cases, even dedicated staff. It's the ultimate indulgence, having your own private oasis in paradise.
Wow, sign me up for the private pool and dedicated staff. But for those of us who might be on a slightly tighter budget, are apartments and townhouses a good option?
Absolutely. They offer a great balance between convenience and affordability. Apartments and townhouses often provide more space than condos and come with various amenities depending on the complex.
So there's truly something for What are some of the must-have features that we should be looking for in a Phuket rental?
Beyond the basics, like a functional kitchen, reliable plumbing, comfortable sleeping arrangements, there are a few key amenities that can really enhance your Phuket experience. Okay, what are those game changers?
For me, a swimming pool is non-negotiable. Whether it's a private plunge pool or a shared oasis within the complex, having a place to cool off and soak up that tropical sun is essential.
I completely agree. A swimming pool is at the top of my list too. And in a tropical climate like Phuket's, air conditioning is probably a must as well, right?
You read my mind. Air conditioning is definitely essential for those warmer months. And for those who enjoy cooking, a well-equipped kitchen is another must-have. After all, Phuket is renowned for its fresh produce and delicious local ingredients, so why not whip up some culinary creations?
I love that idea. Exploring the local markets and experimenting with Thai cuisine in my own kitchen. And what about outdoor space? Is that something to prioritize?
Absolutely. Whether it's a balcony with a view, a patio for al fresco dining, or a sprawling garden for those lazy afternoons, having some outdoor space to connect with nature is essential for me.
I couldn't agree more. Those tropical breezes and lush greenery are what make Phuket so special. Now, let's not forget about those luxurious touches that can truly elevate a rental experience. What about those private gyms, home cinemas, and those breathtaking ocean views we talked about earlier?
Those are the icing on the cake. While those luxury extras might come at a premium, they can truly transform your Phuket experience. Imagine working out with a panoramic ocean view or watching a movie under the stars in your own private cinema.
It sounds absolutely incredible, but it's all about finding that balance between indulging in those luxuries and staying within budget, right?
You've got it. And remember, those negotiation skills we discussed can be helpful in securing some of those premium features without breaking the bank.
It never hurts to try. Now, let's shift gears for a moment and talk about the practical aspects of moving to Phuket. What kind of logistical hurdles should we be prepared for?
One of the first things to consider is visas. Depending on your nationality and the length of your stay, you may need to obtain a visa before arriving in Thailand.
That's a crucial point. Visa requirements can vary significantly, so it's essential to do your research well in advance.
Absolutely. And once you have your visa sorted, the next step is figuring out how to transport your belongings to Phuket. It can be a bit daunting, especially if you're moving from across the globe.
I can imagine it can feel like a logistical nightmare.
But don't worry. There are several reputable international moving companies that specialize in handling these types of relocations. They can take care of everything from packing and shipping to customs clearance and delivery.
That takes a huge weight off our shoulders. It's reassuring to know that we can rely on experts to handle the logistics.
Exactly. And once you've arrived in Phuket and settled into your new rental, the fun really begins.
Okay, let's talk about the fun part. What kind of adventures await us in Phuket? I'm ready to explore.
Well, first and foremost, Phuket is a beach lover's paradise.
Mhm.
With its stunning coastline, crystal clear waters, and powdery white sand, you'll be spoiled for choice when it comes to finding the perfect spot to soak up the sun.
I can practically feel the warm sand between my toes and the gentle sea breeze in my hair. What else does Phuket have to offer beyond its beaches?
Beyond the beaches, Phuket offers a plethora of activities to keep you entertained. You can explore ancient temples, wander through bustling local markets, indulge in world-class dining experiences, and immerse yourself in the vibrant nightlife. There's something for everyone.
Okay, you've convinced me. Phuket sounds like the perfect blend of relaxation and adventure. But before we get too carried away with planning our itinerary, let's talk about those cultural considerations we mentioned earlier.
Respecting local customs is paramount, no matter where we travel.
We talked about the importance of greeting people with a smile and a sawasdi, hello and Kai.
Yes, a simple gesture like that goes a long way in showing respect and building rapport with the local people. And when visiting temples, it's essential to dress modestly, covering shoulders and knees.
Respectful attire is a sign of respect for their culture and traditions. What else should we be aware of?
Kais have deep reverence for their monarchy, so it's important to be mindful of any images or symbols of the royal family.
Noted. Respect for local customs and traditions is essential for any traveler. It shows that we value and appreciate the culture we're immersing ourselves in.
Couldn't agree more. Now let's dive into the practical aspects of daily life in Phuket.
Okay, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. What do we need to know about transportation, healthcare, and those everyday essentials?
Well, getting around Phuket is relatively easy. You've got a variety of transportation options, including taxis, tuk-tuks, songkos, those shared taxis, even motorbike rentals for those who are feeling adventurous.
I've heard those tuk-tuks can be quite an experience. And those songtus sound like a fun and affordable way to get around.
They are. They follow set routes and are a great way to experience local life. And when it comes to healthcare, Phuket has excellent medical facilities. You'll find many international standard hospitals and clinics, so you can have peace of mind knowing that quality care is available if needed.
That's definitely reassuring to know. What about everyday essentials like groceries and toiletries?
You'll find everything you need in Phuket's supermarkets, convenience stores, and vibrant local markets. And speaking of those markets, they're a fantastic place to experience the local culture, sample delicious street food, and pick up some unique souvenirs.
I love exploring local markets. It's a feast for the senses.
Absolutely. And don't forget about Phuket's thriving expat community, which adds another dimension to the island's social fabric.
We touched upon that earlier. It's wonderful to know that there's a strong sense of community, especially for those who are new to the island.
The expat community in Phuket is incredibly diverse and welcoming, offering a supportive network for newcomers. And beyond that, the local people are known for their warmth, hospitality, and generosity. You'll likely find yourself welcomed into the community, invited to share meals, and embraced by the local culture.
That's what makes traveling so special. Those unexpected connections and shared experiences that create lasting memories.
Exactly. So we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive, from those dreamy villas to those practical, everyday considerations. What are your main takeaways so far?
Phuket offers an incredible blend of paradise and practicality, catering to a diverse range of tastes and budgets, and it's clear that respecting local customs and embracing the local culture is key to having a truly fulfilling experience.
You hit the nail on the head. And before we move on to the final part of our deep dive, I want to highlight one more aspect of Phuket life that often gets overlooked, that sense of community we've been talking about. It's what truly sets Phuket apart.
I'm intrigued. Tell me more about this special community spirit.
Well, Phuket is home to a thriving expat community with people from all corners of the globe coming together to create a welcoming and supportive network. They organize social events, share tips and advice, and help each other navigate the ins and outs of island life.
It's heartwarming to hear about people from different cultures and backgrounds coming together to form such strong bonds.
It really is. And beyond the expat community, the local people of Phuket are renowned for their warmth, hospitality, and generosity. You might even find yourself invited to share a meal with a local family or participate in a traditional Thai celebration.
Those are the kinds of experiences that money can't buy.
Exactly. So there you have it. Phuket is more than just stunning beaches and luxurious villas. It's a place where you can connect with people from all walks of life, create lasting memories, and perhaps even discover a new sense of belonging.
Beautifully said. It sounds like Phuket has the potential to be more than just a vacation destination. It could be a place to truly call home.
You've got it. And with that, let's take a short break. When we come back, we'll be addressing the ultimate question. Is renting in Phuket right for you? Stay tuned.
We're back, and it's time to answer that big question. Is renting in Phuket right for you?
It's a question only you can answer, but we can certainly help you weigh those pros and cons.
Let's break it down. What kind of person thrives in a Phuket rental?
Well, the article definitely paints Phuket as a haven for sunshine seekers, those yearning for a more laid-back lifestyle.
That tropical allure is undeniable. But Phuket's got more to offer than just those picture-perfect beaches.
Right. It's a place to explore ancient temples, enjoy amazing food, maybe even learn to cook some of those incredible Thai dishes.
A perfect blend of adventure and relaxation.
Exactly.
But what about the practical side? We talked about rental prices, but what about those everyday expenses? Is Phuket affordable?
That's a great question. The good news is the cost of living is relatively affordable, especially compared to many Western countries.
So you're saying you can enjoy that tropical lifestyle without breaking the bank.
You can. Your expenses will vary, of course, depending on your lifestyle, but overall, your money goes a long way in Phuket.
Okay, so sunshine, adventure, culture, delicious food, and an affordable cost of living. What's the catch?
Well, no place is perfect. It's good to be realistic about the potential challenges of living in Phuket.
All right, let's talk about those potential hurdles. What should listeners be prepared for?
One thing to consider is the language barrier. English is common in tourist areas, but venturing further out might require some effort. Learning some basic Thai phrases can go a long way.
Shows respect for the local culture, too,
Mm,
and could lead to some really cool interactions.
absolutely. And another thing, that tropical climate. The warmth and sunshine are great, but you need to be prepared for the heat and humidity.
Sunscreen, hats, staying hydrated, all essential.
Definitely. And oh, don't forget about the mosquitoes.
The infamous mosquitoes.
Bug spray is a must, but
Yeah.
honestly, those are minor inconveniences compared to the experience of living in such a beautiful, vibrant place.
Agreed. Small price to pay for a chance to experience paradise.
Exactly. So if you're yearning for a change, a new culture, a break from the routine, Phuket just might be the perfect escape.
A place to make memories, connect with people, maybe even discover a new side of yourself.
And who knows, you might fall so in love with Phuket that you decide to make it your forever home.
It wouldn't be the first time. Phuket has a way of capturing hearts. So if you're feeling that tropical pull, take the leap. Explore what this magical island has to offer. Just remember, it's Phuket, not Phuket. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Phuket rentals.